I love these roses.
You've got to do it. You've got to be intentional about bringing into your life the good things and finding and looking for the good things. And the garden makes it so easy for us to just sit and contemplate and enjoy our lives. Hello and welcome to Catherine's Garden. It's so good to be here with you today. I hope all is well with you. Yeah, today is a good day. Yeah, and it's good to be in the garden and to observe and to try out new things. Now, I don't know, but there seems to be a whole lot of mosquitoes out. Yeah, but we can't let them chase us away from the beauty of the garden. And know that you are a garden, yes, the garden of your heart. Take good care of your heart. Take good care of yourself. And then sit down and smell the roses and enjoy your life. Hello and welcome to Catherine's Garden. Well, we are in the final days of June and so much has happened. I didn't think I was going to do another video just yet, but there's so much beauty happening in the garden, and I started thinking about the details, celebrating the small stuff. And so when I looked at my blossoms here, the curly pink, and looking at each blossom and just admiring it, I was saying, wow, we need to celebrate the small things that happen in the garden every day and also in our lives. We need to celebrate the good stuff, the good things, and think about them and dwell on them. So come with me as I walk around the garden and I look at the little beautiful things that we can see and find within the garden and look at the details. But then also you can also see that the daylilies are now up and the hydrangeas are getting larger, and I'm also starting to see blooms happening on hydrangea plants that I've been waiting for years. It feels like years anyway, but it seems like we're going to get some really nice blooms on the plants. So come with me as I walk around and observe the garden. Everything is moving at such a fast pace as far as growth is concerned. Now this tick seed is starting to come in. I love when the tick seed comes in because it matches the color of the Stella d'Oro, these daylilies. And everything just comes together. It just seemed like overnight these dinosaur kale have caught themselves and they are now growing in place here. Everything is just getting larger and taking up their space. I can even see some zucchinis coming, developing here. It's a good thing. I've noticed that the daylilies, what I call ditch lilies, are now blooming. and they're opening up in the garden. And I also noticed that the lily bulbs are also starting to form their buds, and soon we will be smelling the lilies in the garden. The daylilies are now in bloom. They only last for a day. They're so pretty. They call them ditch lilies. I know I keep calling it that too. But they just grow. They can even be weed-like. I mean, because as long as you have a piece of the root of the lily in the ground, it will come back. So if you want to remove these lilies, you really have to dig deep. I also have this native plant here. It's like a milkweed. The butterflies love it. And my rose bush. I've had to do a lot of deadheading, but this is the last of it right here. They're so full and beautiful. But I had to thin them out. What I'm happy to see is that this particular climber is about to bloom with a lot of blossoms. So I'm looking forward to that. One thing about the garden, you have to look at the details and you have to be observant and see what is happening in your garden. Otherwise, things can get away from you. But each season and actually right now, every single day, something new is happening. So for me, it is the daylilies and also now the milkweed here. Then I can see too that the bee balm is about to open up. And here I can see finally on this hydrangea that it's going to flower. And it's amazing because I've been wanting this to happen for so long with this particular shrub, that to see that it's actually about to flower. Anticipation. And the bee balm, as I said before. I've had to cut the blooms from this rose bush because they were spent, and I decided to create a bouquet that I showed you earlier, but then I left this one here, the curly pink. Isn't that so pretty? But as I said, each season there's something new to look forward to. And we definitely have these hydrangea blossoms. This is bridal bouquet. And I just love the blooms. I love the flowers. It starts off white like this, and then it has a trace of blue around the edges. And it just so happened, I think, that this year that the roses and the hydrangeas have shown up in such a spectacular way. I am so impressed with the garden. Earlier in the spring, I planted these seed potatoes in the pots, and they were growing really nice. There were 8 potatoes, and I put them in 4 different pots. Some were bigger than others, and I also planted some in another pot that I haven't taken the potato out yet. But this is my result. Actually, there's another group of potatoes too. I had another bag with some purple potatoes and the red potatoes here. And this was the result. I think this is probably the original potato, and the other original potatoes actually turned to mush. They were so mushy. So I'm looking at these potatoes as seeds, and I'm going to try and replant them again and see what happens, you know, if I'll get any potatoes in the fall. So if anything, I gained more seed potatoes from the seed potatoes. Well, I did cut the rest of the roses on this curly pink. I left a little bit, but I created this bouquet because they were starting to look very tattered and out of place. And you know, we need to continue to create beauty in our lives. Sometimes we see things and they seem out of control, but we don't do anything about it. We have to take action. And in the garden, if you want the garden to look a certain way, that means that you have to work it. You've got to take action. You've got to prune, clip, sweep, you know, arrange. And doing all of that helps to bring beauty back into the environment. And that's the same thing with our lives and the world around us. What we focus on determines how things are going to turn out for us. And if we are conscious about our thoughts and the garden of our heart, then we want to make sure that we're pruning away, cleaning up those places or those things that cause us to feel out of place, and put things back in order. That's what we need to do. Just like how we work the garden and place things in order by weeding and you know, cleaning up and clipping and deadheading. It's the same thing for the garden of our hearts. And as you know, my garden is my therapy. How is your garden helping you to deal with the small things in your life? Are you able to address them and clean them up and put them back into order? And why is it important well, it's important to think about the details in our lives and let that make a difference with it. If you like this video, then like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below. How are things going in your garden? I hope you are doing well. And come on back to Catherine's Garden. So if you like this video, then like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below. What are you doing each day to bring a little more joy and beauty into your garden and into your life? If you like this video, then like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below. How are things going for you in your garden? I hope all will go well, and enjoy the details. Enjoy the small things in the garden. Have a good day. Bye. Thank you for watching, and see you next time in Catherine's Garden. Bye.